one of its objectives is to provide support and training for negotiators and the art of negotiation, which is very key because it's important that Nigeria has skilled interlocutors, more so now than at any point in time in contemporary history, because we have a lot of conflicts. At the same time, we have a lot of trade negotiations going on where Nigeria is involved. So we need the interlocutors with the right skill sets. It is important also that when we negotiate, we're putting our best foot forward, and of course that we negotiate 21st century agreements. So we're talking free trade areas. We don't want to be continuously pulled back to negotiating 20th century agreements that are mercantilistic in approach. So this should be the outlook, and that is why we need the Academy also to help prepare us for such engagements.
Africa had always been and still is characterized by abundant supply of labor and severe scarcity of capital. It is for this reason that the marginal cost of labor has been quite low, while the marginal cost of capital had historically been prohibitively high. One would think that in a continent with such endowments and characteristics, the focus will have been on how to effectively harness the abundant supply of labor to drive capital formation and accumulation in a carefully orchestrated, phased strategy. That Africa has remained very poor is because we remain on the commodity level. We continue to look at our mineral resources as an asset. We must therefore reject the notion that Africa's comparative advantage rests in its raw materials. We are being told this by people who want us to keep those raw materials for them so they can come and be getting them cheaper and cheaper in real terms every year.
I therefore urge the Academy for International Affairs, AIA, to offer your services and collaborate with this and successive administration, to collaborate with this and successive administration to ensure that Nigeria's rightful place as a global voice and leadership is secured at all times. I request the government, present and those to come in the future, to consider and accept this proposal.
Nigeria lives with historic limitations and multiple contemporary challenges, and we will not claim to be self-sufficient in answers to dealing with poverty levels, limited resources for critical infrastructure, and raising skilled and educated younger Nigerians. This Academy will be a think tank we cannot afford to ignore. We need your inputs. In the next 2 decades, Nigeria will be one of the largest, youngest, and most enterprising population in a world that will be aging and changing.